The Mackinac Policy Conference is a yearly event that attracts business leaders and executives, as well as elected officials from around the state. Each year, political reporter Rick Albin goes to the island to find out how people are feeling about the economy, business future, and of course, the state budget. Rick joins us now live from Mackinac Island. Rick.
Yeah, tomorrow I'll be hosting a roundtable discussion. We'll try to get at some of those ideas about how do business leaders and CEOs feel about the future? How do they feel about the current business economy? And we'll also talk about the conference theme, which is the power of and, which is a suggestion that you don't do either or solutions, but bring in comments and ideas from a number of people for a more inclusive process. Oh, and as for those budget negotiations, well, I was talking about those earlier today. We talked with Detroit Democrat Joe Tate. He's the Speaker of the House, and he says that he is optimistic that the spending plan for next year will be done soon. He also says he thinks it'll be a bipartisan plan, though a whole lot of the big stuff that has been passed under the new leadership in the State House and Senate has had very much Republican support. Still, he says that he is optimistic and talks are going well.
And what came out of the Senate with the leadership of Majority Leader Brinks and what we've done in the House, you know, they're not too far off in terms of what we're looking at in terms of what we value. So I'm excited to have that partnership there. So I don't think you're going to see, you know, that much of a deviation with what's going to come out at the end. And I'm confident that it's going to be in a bipartisan fashion. I think when you look at what we've done in these budgets, what we've deliberated, is something that, you know, that I think my colleagues in the House can be proud of in the work that's been done in the budget, because it moves Michigan forward.
Now, Tate is one of 4 quadrant members, the Speaker of the House, the Senate Majority Leader, the minority and leaders in both the House and Senate. 4 people in the legislature that are principally responsible for getting a budget done. Of course, they negotiate with the governor, and so all of that's going to be taking place. I'm going to be talking to all of them this week here on the island, so we get a better idea of just where we're going. And I can tell you, as we start to talk to some of the Republican leadership tomorrow, we'll have a much different view of what's going on with that budget. We are live on Mackinac Island. Rick Albin, News 8.